morning. Thought I'd stop there, so we didn't get shaky cam at the start. I haven't brought the bloody knobbly doings out with us today because, oh look, beard's long and grey. Couldn't be arsed. It's a nice warm day, but it's a bit sort of hazy. So fucking what t-shirt, see, bare arms and stuff. Got a fucking lump of fluff on my arm. That's better. Can't stand looking at a lump of fluff at the corner of my eye. Right, been a busy, strange 7 days. I know some of you know that I had to pop down to London for a few meetings. And the first day was weird because I thought, well, I'll arrive the day of the first meeting, right, which is about 3 PM or something. So I got a 9 o'clock train down to King's Cross, got off, got into flaming off Oxford Circus, got to the hotel, which was what was it called, Worcester Place, just parallel to Baker Street, and then I had about an hour, and that started my way over, right. Went well, you know. I was having a nice little walk along. In fact, I got the underground because I've actually known my way around it a little bit now, and popped and had a word with those of you on Twitter will know Mr. James, works at Sydney site. Had a quick chat before I went to the first meeting. Went around the corner. Who should be standing there? Mr. Robson Llewellyn, known for his carpool videos and God knows what else, and Red Dwarf, and again, he's done a load of shit, right? I don't need me giving his fucking CV. So I thought, well, that's interesting because he's done some of the voiceovers for Mad and the Med, for the TV series for Danny John Jules, you know, that I've been working on, and you know, a few other people, you know. So it was interesting to tell him, you know, oh, by the way, I'm working the same thing as you. Like, oh, right, we had a bit of chat about it, but the stuff is not in the public domain, you know. I couldn't stay too long because I had to get the meeting. Meeting went well. I thought, great, rest of the day off. Well, tea time, when got at Sydney site, we went and had a couple of pints. Then I was at a loose end that night, and everybody I knew in London had went AWOL. Probably something to do with the combination of St Patrick's Night and Comic Relief, which I'd never actually worked out those 2 days. In advance that was. So I sat in the hotel room. My view out my window was once again a brick fucking wall. So I was bored silly, but it gave me a chance to relax. From there on, it was all downhill. 2 of the other meetings were cancelled due to some internal deadline work shit, and you know, I thought, well, to be quite honest, fuck yeah, I'm not coming down again for a cancelled meeting, you know. I thought, well, great, I've got the date myself. Now, my phone, when I find it, it's in the pocket, this one is doing crazy things, right? And I thought, it's going to die any moment. I can't afford to be out of contact when I'm in London, right? There's a lot of things. Oh, there's a stream, look, we'll have go at this stream. So I thought, well, I'll just pick up, originally I was going to pick up an Android phone, right? Just cheap Android phone on, where the hell was it? Edgware Road. But it turned out an iPod Touch was cheaper, 4th gen, right? I thought, yeah, I can use Wi-Fi, get my emails, blah, blah, blah. And hold on to this phone, it should last us a day or two. Get back home, I've got a spare if it needs to. Sort it out. So I used the money I had in my pocket. I thought, right, I better hit the cash point machine. So I went and had some dinner, what I'd left. I went to the cash point machine, got 200 notes out. Now I only take a prepaid card with me when I go anywhere, right? Because the wife needs the sort of credit cards, you know what I mean, like pay bills and shit. And it means that if it gets nicked, it's not a big deal. As luck would have it, somebody must have been following me. Go to Baker Street, goes to the cash point, the bottom end of that. And I'm walking back like this. There's a guy really close to me in front, he just stops like that. I sort of trip over, and he picks something up on the fucking ground. Guy behind me bumps into me, brushes past me. Didn't think anything about it. It's about 10 yards down the road, and something just made me go like this to my pockets. Money's gone, lifted. So I had a bit of a problem. I had 40 quid to my name to last me until I got home. Sounds good, doesn't it? You think 40 quid, that's not too bad. It's amazing how much you can go through in London, you know. So that's sort of washed out all plans of doing things like going to the Doctor Who exhibition at Olympia. So I was a bit stuck and had lots of walk rounds London and walk around Baker Street and shit, you know, at night, and stuff I enjoy, but like it would have been nicer to do stuff. I thought, well, at least it couldn't get any. I'm not going to say that phrase because it curses things, but you know what's coming next, right? And I had one more meeting. I also met Alex Morris, some of you might know Alex. Me and him and his son had a cup of coffee and a bit of a chat up near, well, I won't tell you where it was, but because he probably doesn't want people to know where he goes regularly with his son. But anyway, we had a nice sort of chat and a cup of coffee and stuff down by some water. Then I head off to meet Danny John Jules because I was in London. We thought we'd do a bit of a post-mortem on the whole Mad in the Med thing. Now I knew I was cutting it a bit fine because I had to be at King's Cross and on the train by 3. Now Danny turned up a little bit late. Anybody who's ever met Danny knows that life has a habit of conspiring with Danny to make sure he's late all the time. But the first thing he did when he turned up, he just comes rolling up this street in a certain place outside London, won't say where, on his Harley, right? Grinning his head up, thumbs up, shit. He's got like what I call the Danny field. When you're anywhere near Danny within about 10 yards, you immediately cheer up, right? I don't know what it is, he's got this infectious sort of cheeriness about him. So, you know, he turns up, first thing he did, took me for a meal, and he checks it on his iPhone, make sure the trains are running, because there was a train from a station at the end of the street, take me to King's Cross, get in the train. Yeah, he says everything's running on fucking time, excellent. Finished the meeting, go to get a train, the iPhone was wrong, or rather the information on it was wrong. There was no train, it was not running. I was fucked. I thought, great. I was lucky I saw a cab jump straight in it, right? So I'm telling this bloke, and the first last thing Danny said, we did a bit of film, a few pictures, just, you know, for the hell of it, was, look, you have any problems, give us a ring on your mobile. So fine, fair enough. So I jumped into a cab, first one I saw, and just said, King's Cross as fast as you can. And I was telling him that to be at 3 o'clock, and my heart sank when he said these words. Son, you've got more chance of going to the moon. In fact, what he actually said was, even if you're in a fucking helicopter, you're not going to make it for 3. I thought, oh shit, the wife's going to go mental. I thought, alright, well, we should be able to use the ticket on the next train. But, let's cut the short version. Turns out you can't. On the ticket I bought was a cheap ticket, and was only valid for that one train. Now bear in mind, by this point I had about 20 quid in my pocket. Not enough to get fucking anywhere. I was well and truly fucked. Everybody I knew that was normally in London was out of London, or busy, and I had a bit of a problem. So I'll give Danny a ring. Now this is where Danny gets a lot of respect from me. What he did, nobody really has to do for anybody, much less somebody who is not, you know, it's like you do it for your best mate, right, but you wouldn't do it for somebody who's not, sort of thing. He spent hours on the phone, on the phone to me and the wife, and trying to a few other places, trying to find a solution to get me home. You know, that was well above the call of duty. And you know what? The man managed it. He fucking managed it. He managed to get me home. So I'll seriously owe him one for that. So I won't hear a bad word said against Danny, because that was way above what he needed to do, because he was doing some family stuff after that meeting. I won't say what it was, which is important if you're sort of like a dad, right? So the last thing I wanted to do was impinge on that, which left me feeling really fucking guilty. But now that I want to be stuck in London, of course, when being so stressed, I'm trying to see if any of my other cards, which I knew were empty anyway, but you know, couldn't get through to the wife, you know, and she doesn't know the passwords to some of the bank accounts because they're mine. That's the business side. We keep it separate, the business side. And I put the Canon DSLR, the camera bag down. There's a lot of money worth of lenses and everything else in there, right? And I realised about half an hour later, oh fuck, I've left it somewhere. And I've been in the waiting room at King's Cross Station, but I hadn't remembered where I'd put it down. So I traced my steps back, going everywhere, and I'm thinking, anybody who opens that bag, sees the camera worth that much money, I'll never see it again, right? They'll just pick it up and off with it. Because most people wouldn't hand it in. Let's be honest, if you found an expensive camera, would you hand it in? Good chance he isn't. You wouldn't, right? But after working my way around God knows where, and I'll cut this up because we're 10 minutes now. I found it an hour after I've left it in exactly the same place in the waiting room at King's Cross Station. What are the chances of that, eh? As Harry Hill would say. Because I honestly cannot believe that one, they didn't think it was a suspect package and blow it up, or two, somebody just didn't just pick it up and off. So, there's some honest people in the world. Good to know. See you in the next part.